All right. Let's get this party started, huh? And, pardon me, we're gonna have to go to a break because I am sweating. I am sweating out the wazoo. And, I'm gonna turn some AC on and I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes, guys. Much apologies. All right. Not really sure why overlays are bugging this morning, but here we go. Sock with the super early pull alludes to the fact that he may go one base. I have seen him do a delayed level 3 creep route expo. I'm not a fan of it at all. Surrounds the heals, that's good. Nice water Ellie, no ensnare. Needs to move that water elemental a little bit closer there. And Moon with the tried and true Demon Hunter first. You gotta love it. And, yeah, man, Tide Hunters. One of my favorite maps. I think it's a very balanced map. That's just me. I think a lot can go wrong for a human here. Nice close proximity spawn. Demon Hunter, well on his way to level 3. Doesn't seem to be bothered at all by what Sock is doing. He's gonna item creep that and head straight across. Not too shabby of items. Very nice items for Sock. And it looks like it might be. He was ringing Militia to go, sees the demon, and checks out of it. And this is a 4th farm, so he is going to do his level 3 Creep Route Expo. And he might do this from behind, so he might pressure here. Fake one base. And I think it's very interesting that Moon doesn't have a Wisp to check the tech timing of Sock. Of course, that's going to be all bad. Sock going to take an alternate route around, and he's going to back creep this with Militia and Expo. And he's going to wait a second here, and now he's going to go in. The question is, does he beat Moon to his side of the map? And I don't think he does. And now Moon's going to see it, which is actually going to help him. Because if the demon was headed here, it's game ending. But now the demon already on his way back to defend.
A player's forces are under attack.
Level 3 now, saves the water alley. He's going to come in here. And he could choose to engage these archers. The micro on point right now for both players. And he's going to clean this up just in the nick of time. 5 archers plus, you really need to defend. He's going to get that other footman. That's a shame. And now, if he gets this other one, it's going to be level 3 on the demon. That's not what you want to see. He does have a reveal. He's going to use it. It's just going to burn more juice is all. Now needs to be careful with the archmage. No boots on the demon yet either, though. The splits are good. Huntress Hall goes down. 47 seconds left before we see T2 out of Moon. Frantically building this expansion.
Under attack.
He's going to pick up boots so that he can go back in. He's going to look for these lore timings at some point. Still T1. It's going to be 1.5 more moons away until we see a tier 2 tech. More than enough resources on Moon's side of the map. Naga timing in 20 seconds. Sells TP, buys boots. Now the footman under threat. Buys himself some space for the archmage to come back around and flank. Arcane underway, but I fear what this means. If the Naga pops out here right now, that's 1 dead footman. And it's a Tinker. Good God, Moon. The nerve on this Tinker, The nerve on the Tinker play. Archmage wants to work his way inside the main. See the lore timing. There aren't any lores as of yet. Footman frantically running around the map, and now the tech timing should come soon. But Sock, where did all your wood go? Sock? Sock? Uh-oh. He was not macroing. He was not macroing. 3, 4, 5, 6. He should have way more workers than that. Way more. And maybe that means he did research defend
a player's forces are
prior to tech. Usually that's what that means when the tech is that delayed. But this tech is insanely delayed, guys, especially for a level 3 creep route. Usually it means you end up with the same tech timing. Oh, he bought a shredder. Okay, that's fine. He's going to tech now. He should return this early. He could tech right now if he returned it. There it is. Here comes the tech. There's the tech. Lore's going to come up unthwarted. Moon going to break over into the main of Sock. And the scout tower not done yet. Needs to get a full surrounder. It's going to be an instant cancel. Needs to repair. The mass repair comes out along with a few militia. Pocket factory in the bottom. And watch the spawn locations of these are going to be perfect because of the blocks with the building. 1 archer goes down. Mana getting burnt off the Tinker. Greedy for the other archer. Needs to do away with this DPS. And he gets it. Perfect play there. Footmen break off to kill the pocket factory. And this was handled very well by Sock now, I have to say. Second tower going up. Frantically salving is going to be canceled by another mana burn if he wants to. It's really up to him. Yeah, and it's worth it, and he takes it. Already with a Zeppelin on the field is bad. Double Dryad going to come out now. And these timings by Moon are so crisp. He can cancel the scout tower, and he should. And he will, unless the repair comes in. And the cancel comes in instead. burning more mana off this demon, but he needs that blacksmith up ASAP. Needs another guard tower here as well. I love how this happens. These workers are blocking themselves in. For some reason, unit walking not going to work right now. And if this hadn't got canceled, the scout tower would already be up and he'd be fine. But now without it, the counter to Dryads isn't there. The defend footy is coming in hot. But he can string this out all day. The micro of Moon, far superior in this type of situation. It's so tough to deal with. 1 footman down, 2 footmen down. Needs to drop the Tinker so he can get some of that juicy XP. Militia called from the main. The militia boys. The militia are in. The militia sent here to deal with this pesky night elf infestation, and an archer does fall, which is pretty lucky. The boys being sent back. Double deado. He's gonna salve up. And Moon gonna pull the creeps into Sock. Has to be careful. Gets the surround off. Oh my god! He almost pulled that off. That was pretty greedy. Zeppelin gonna move in, and if the scout tower gets canceled, it's really, really bad. Archmage frantically coming over. Gets everything out. Wow. Moon now producing the bears. And everything looks pretty good for Moon right now. I think he's done a decent job. Sock a little frantic here. 1 extra guy saturated on gold. 1 guy standing around doing nothing. 2 guys standing around doing nothing here. It's just so much going on, right? Not saturated at all on this much. I mean, there's just so many things, right, that are happening that tax that multitasking and that APM. Moon with the counter expo now, and he'll be able to hang on to this just fine. He needs quite a bit of rejuves and maybe some moon milk. Sock heading across the map. Not really sure why. He's not going to be able to force the issue.
Are under attack.
Semantics in the house. How you doing, Semantics? Good to see you. Hopefully your World of Warcraft grind is treating you well. Oh my god, the Sapper play. He did have a plan after all. Level 4 on the Archmage now. MK severely under-leveled for what we're talking about. Tinker's going to hit 3 soon. And he starts attacking the altar. I'm not positive what that's about. And the problem here is Sock needs to scout this lower left expansion area because he's going to assume there isn't one by seeing this. But indeed there is. And it could be easily cancelable with a staff and an Archmage. Not going to have mana now. 1 more burn goes off. Those go out the window. And more Zeppelin threat. There's no units in it. Maybe he was going for a fake. And even worse. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. The invuln and the heal scroll going to Moon is very, very bad. He has a couple of scout towers, a couple ivory towers in his inventory, alluding to the fact that he might push this, and Moon is just all over this man. You can't get any room here. MK gets burnt for 100. That's almost his entire mana pool. That's over half his mana pool. So 2 burns and you can't use any abilities, and it costs no mana. And I think that the mana on the burn should be equal to the mana on the demon. I don't know. You're trading one for the other. And there we go. Level 2 MK now. He's going to pick up some nice bash. Pushing it out with the boys. Try to claim this camp, and Sock is creeping up on his opportunity to push here. But Moon's build is far too strong. Double pocket factory in the background. A lot of workers are now dying, but it's actually freeing the supply of Sock. And he has the Shredder still, so that's no fear. One more Dryad. Tried to deny, doesn't. Now the MK has to be careful. Trying to go for a mana steal for the bolt, and he gets it! And TP's out, and the Demon Hunter goes down! Did he drop the TP on the Tinker trying to hand it off to the Demon? Is that what just happened? Oh my goodness. And all of a sudden, it feels like Sock is back in this game.
A player's
Just one mishap like that, and he's gonna jack him here at this red camp, which could be pretty huge. Needs to play back the AM, and he never saw this coming, and that's really a shame. Health Stone is going to be massive here for the Demon Hunter. And now the window of opportunity. Sock should have been on 70 supply at around the 10-minute mark. We're now at 14:30. He's still not at 70 supply. Runs up front, gets burnt. There's just some sloppy plays going on here that could be prevented. Just needs a little bit sharper play out of Sock here. Could be a lot. And he's pretending, he's acting like he doesn't know that Moon has an Expo. So he thinks, hey, I have an Expo, he doesn't, so there's no hurry, right? But indeed there is hurry. There's a lot of hurry. He hasn't mined a ton. Pulls the Shredder and probably bring the boys. Yep, here comes some of the boys now. Gets an archer for his trouble. Militia heading across the map. A rally gonna get picked here, but now is the perfect time. Sock needs to throw that other pesky bolt. He needs to eliminate these bears. A staff out is gonna work. Quick Dryad Dispel, and it's a Dryad versus Sork battle here. MK needs to buy a potion. Sell gloves. No, he sells that instead. Oh my god, and I think the staff was already used. He's gonna lose his demon for the second time. Hands off the TP. Saved at 50 HP, and now these militia called earlier are gonna know that the jig is up. The Expo is up and running, and it has been for a while. Now Sock, what does he do? The upgrades, 1-1 on the breakers. Pretty nice. Should be going for 2-1 soon. And he's trying to build a vault, and Moon scouts it out. I swear to you, man, Moon plays like an absolute animal. A nice burn goes out on the MK, a little too far forward. Has an invuln, doesn't want to use it, now gets surrounded. He's gonna have to fight his way out. One priest healing from the background, invuln used. Where's the Archmage? He was buying scrolls in the back. He has double now, retrained to Blizzard, but the wall is failing. He needs to go up soon. Now, just now the kiting starts. Level 5 on the Demon Hunter. Sock struggling for position here. Needs to fight in a choke. It's too open field here. The Blizzard hitting everything. Needs to be careful with that MK. Demon coming back in with an anti-magic shell potion. One bear falls. Pocket Factory down. Starts the vault again, and now starts the assault. But being on even supply with the Night Elf, not advisable at all.
A player's forces are under attack. Town is under siege.
Tower's going up, gonna get canceled by some Dryads. And he needs to fight back into this choke. This is a bad positioning for Sock here. He needs to get some blizzards off. The slow trap is starting, but plenty of dispels on these back Dryad here. Now the blizzard in. Level 5 on the Archmage. And he picks level 3 blizzard. Watch the damage on this Blizzard here. Watch the damage on these volleys. Very nice. Has to be careful. Archmage under threat. And if these Dryads step up, it's going to be a problem. He needs another heal scroll. He doesn't have one. He needs a bolt. He doesn't have one. The demon, almost full health, full mana. And he can't seem to quite survive a lucky bash. There's no mana potion. And everything is bleeding red for Sock. Demon gets staffed out now. He'll be right back in a flash. No staff of teleportation on him, though. And now it's the Dryads making it very hard to micro here. Pocket Factory, perfect placement in the back. Reinforcements coming in, everything exploding, and I just think there's too much moon. I think there's way too much moon here. And the window of opportunity long gone for Sock to kill the Expo now. And Moon is even on the offensive. Huge burn. That's going to cancel any thwarted attempt. GG is called, and Moon is going to take map number 1 on Tide Hunters. All right, guys, we're going to go into map number 2, and it's going to be none other than Hammerfall. And boy, is it a good one, huh? Because here's my prediction. Human versus Night Elf on this map is very finicky. For a while, the whole strategy, the meta of the Night Elf player was actually creeping this camp and building a tree of life in this area and expanding to the north location. Sometimes in the early game, sometimes in the mid game. What's working its way more and more into the meta now is an expansion down in this location towards the Golem camp. It's very hard to stop, especially if they end up with something cheeky like a Fire Lord. Keeper play is viable. Even the Demon Hunter can do it. What will Moon do? I don't know. We don't see too many hero hires out of him. Sometimes a Beastmaster. Fire Lord really never. So I would say he's either going to go Keeper, Demon Hunter, and he's going to stick more towards a meta style play. Expoing this position, we'll have to see what it is. Let's go check it out. Moon up 1-0 as we go into Hammerfall. Let's get right into it without further ado. The game is up.
Is under siege.
Sock with the tried and true Archmage first, and we already have a forward tree position out of Moon, and even a forward Moonwell. Pulling this camp back, you can do the same thing with the Footman as well, and it is going to be a Keeper first out of Moon. The whole Grubby tournament thing. No, I have not been following it at all. I know some of like the players and some of the newer players trying to play. You know, obviously Tyler 1 being back is kind of cool, kind of fun. He's significantly advantage over a lot of the players, but I'm sure Tyler made sure of that. And Grubby has his handful, right? Because you're never going to be able to balance out a game like that, a tournament like that, so I get it. Hoping that it brings more attention to the community and more players would be awesome. But I have not been able to follow it at all. And is it even underway yet? Are they actually playing yet? Ash, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Love checking into your stream as well. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. But yeah, so far, these two players going at it, and I love the fake. The fake expo. And this is not advisable on a map like Hammerfall, man. I've done this before, and it's blown up in my face, but lo and behold, I am not Sock. Let's be clear about that. But the fake here, what it does is actually this tree goes down, and Moon is forced to check out of it as well. That's the wild part. And look, even he was so sure that the expo was here, he even cast more treants. So now the keeper, lower on mana than he would be. Made it sound like I was like from New Zealand or Australia there for a second. Manor instead of mana, but yeah. No one passed one, but I will tell you, I'm super excited for Hera to be playing, and I hope that he sticks with it, because I think that would be sick to get a new, like, professional Warcraft 3 player like Hera. I think that would be dope. So I've already seen him improve from like 800 MMR to like 1200, which I think is awesome. Sock level 3 is a huge threat to Moon at this point in time. And no counter expo goes down again because Moon got thwarted. And now here's the kicker, right? When do you see a human with a way faster tech advantage, right?
A player's forces are under attack.
Ash, hope your weekend is treating you well. Saturday here. And a little GG Syntechian in the house. There's also another 2v2 tournament going on that I'm aware of. And probably, like, I think it's Sonic Yen's playing in it. They're probably highly favored. Going through the Consolation bracket now. And Huntress Hall gonna get canceled. And guys, this is huge. This is really huge. Look at the amount of archers at a Moon here. This is a massive attempt to just hold on. That's what that is. And in the middle, we have a Beastmaster versus Night Elf. Is Sock creating a new meta? Who's going to challenge me to go into the 1v1s and just go straight into this strategy? I'll tell you what the game you should play is, Ash. And Funny Semantics plays it, but you need to get into some World of Warcraft. Or even they're coming out with a new Fable that's going to be pretty dope. Potentially a new, like, Elder Scrolls. Those games are fun to just grind and chill. Like, good storyline. The Witcher 3. I heard they're coming out with a Witcher 4, but it probably won't even be here till, like, 2030. But The Witcher 3 is one of the best games I've ever played in my life. Highly recommend The Witcher 3. It's pretty dope. Good storyline. Kind of some dark stuff going on in it, too. Real cool gameplay. And the community will like following it around as well. But the Beastmaster summons with the Archmage pushing Moon out of his own base. And there hasn't been a Huntress Hall yet. And I gotta say that this play out of Sock is absolutely phenomenal. And also Warcraft 3. I mean, Warcraft 3, one of the funnest games I've played, but it's one of the hardest games anyone will ever play. And Moon GG's out. Sock takes a convincing map number 2 with a huge hero hire. So the series tied up 1-1 now. Diablo 4. Like I said, I haven't played Diablo 4 since it got released. I played Hardcore when it first got I played the game when it first got released. Hardcore when it was first out as well. I don't like it as much as Diablo 2, man. I gotta be honest with you. And Diablo 3 was like a total pay-to-play Ponzi scheme. So I wasn't a huge fan of that either. You know, that's my opinion. So sue me. But we're tied up now. We're tied up now, 1-1. And I am missing one of the maps, but we're going to get some good content out of it nonetheless. Let's go into map number 3. Moon vs. Sock, and it's going to be none other than Moon Meadows. So we're going to get right into this style play right here. Duoned. Duoned. Duo Ned. What's up, brother? To play Warcraft 3, you have to be max stress resistant. I totally agree, man. There's times I play Warcraft 3 and I'm like, what am I doing, man? What am I doing? I'm trying to enjoy my weekend. I'm trying to de-stress, chill, relax, right? Sometimes even relax with you guys, chill here. And I'm getting all worked up. I'm getting all stressed out. And some people don't find that fun at all, right? But I will say this, that it's an addicting game because when you win a game of Warcraft 3, I'll say this. There is no feeling in the world like winning a game of Warcraft 3. It is by far the most rewarding, amazing feeling you will ever feel playing any game ever. And when you lose, there will be no worse, frustrating, angering feeling ever than when you lose a game of Warcraft 3. Right? Tell me I'm wrong. We are going to have Warden play. It is disgusting. And Sock already has the answer. It's direct expansion. And you have to direct expand versus a Warden. I'm telling you right now, you have to do it. And then you have to go on the aggressive immediately. If you let this Warden get level 3, it's all bad. Second Ancient of War going down. Now, this doesn't mean necessarily that it's an all-in play. This is just typical play for any map where you want a super level 3, fast level 3 Warden, is to put down a second war. Now, you can adapt and go into an all-in Huntress Archer style play, taking way too much damage here on his workers. Sock having to rotate him out. Very nasty play there. No Dedo came in, and we could see the Wisp moving across the map. He's going to have to protect. Need a stutter step. One stutter step, and he would have killed that. He would have killed it, or got forced the Dedo. Shadow Priest Archer moving their way across the map.
A player's forces are under attack.
And Warden going to slide right by. And it's a Scout Tower into Arcane first. Is this no, here come more militia. He has to bring them. The macro not really on point. Could have gone into a 4th farm very easily here out of Sock. And I don't really know what his plan is. He sells the TP. And Moon sees that there's really nothing to do here. He's going to get out as well. Kills one worker. Is content with his trophy, and he's going to leave. What did you think of The Witcher, by the way? The Witcher 3. I didn't play any of the other Witchers, by the way. I only played The Witcher 3. So I don't know how the other ones panned out. Warden gonna staff back to the base. Gonna look for a couple cheeky kills, and the Archmage doesn't know that the Warden also showed up. He wanted to come in and grab that item and maybe even a last hit, and instead it's turning badly. Nice deny out of Sock there, but being stuck on even level with a Warden, not ideal, but I would still rather have a level 2 Archmage and a level 2 Warden than a level 3 Archmage and a level 3 Warden. I'll tell you that. Let your brain do the mental gymnastics on that one. Lumber Mill Scout Tower before tech out of Sock, and I think it's running a little scared, but he knows there's the potential for merc pressure. So mercenary pressure could be game ending, and he scouts out the Tree of Life. Is he gonna turn back around? He's gonna try and dodge here. Warden doesn't see where he went. He's gonna turn around and try and cancel this. And he wants to catch him. Look at how smart Moon is. Pulling this creep camp into his field of vision. So that now when the Archmage comes to cancel this Ancient of War, he's going to get nowhere. And he already gets forced back. Beautiful position here by Moon. He's going to eat trees with this Ancient of War, and he's going to move up here to creep this in the later stages. This one going to eat through here to try and creep this potentially. Probably will creep this first. Every bit of experience, very important here. And he knows that he has to hang out. Uses a Dispel on the Water Ellie, which means he's committing to it, and he doesn't. Sock's back in the main base. Warden has to staff back. Now Warden on 2.7. Sock only on 2.4. He needs some kills as well. Needs to clear out this Wisp. Moon, with the instant reaction, is going to get the Deado off. But now the space has been created for Moon to go ahead and creep his own expansion spot, and this is going to be a level 3 Warden here. And he has forward Wisps on the map that he can staff to. We'll have to keep our eyes on that. Sock can accomplish his own level 3 now, and even gets his Shredder, much needed. Needs to be 3 towers per base, and he hasn't been building them yet, which is a bit of a scary thing for Sock. 1 Footman Scout gonna go into the main. He's gonna see the lore timing. Other lore built outside of the base. And could staff back, but I think it's on cooldown still. And I wish we could see the cooldown ticking. Wants to get this pesky Wisp out of here. And now Warden moving across the map. Tree of Life going to move in position at the south side of the map, and the Warden and Archmage going to run straight into each other. Footman going to move back in, and this could be a cancel. More than likely, Moon will bring 2 or 3 Wisps and instantly sack him for a Deado. Pretty sure if that happens. But he decides to back. Warden with the double fan of knives blink. And now Sock is struggling to get the other towers up, and all these footmen and workers will die if the Warden breaks off here. And there's only a single arcane in each base for sure. And now the Zeppelin comes in for the micro. Footman passing here. And he staffs to counter this, and Sock does exactly what I said, and Moon does the counter exactly as I said. You have to sack those Wisps. You can't be afraid to Deado, because it would have been 1 Lord down. Money back guarantee. So perfect play by both players there, but Moon with the upper hand. Arcane Vault Blacksmith coming in here. 1 guard tower, needs a 2nd guard tower, need another guard tower. There it is, perfect timing. And Hawks are gonna be the play out of Sock. Sock has been hawking people left and right, and his win rate with it is absolutely insane, I have to say. Moon not even afraid to burn a fan of knives on the creeps to just creep it that more efficiently. Level 4, and as we get towards level 5, this gets pretty scary indeed. Alchemist 2nd, you don't see that out of Sock too often. Usually he goes MK into Alchemist or MK into Paladin, but he really wants to counteract those fan of knives. And I wouldn't be shocked to see a Panda hired in a little bit here, but not till the Warden hits level 5. You get bonus XP, and from A being solo hero, B being T2, and C being T3. If you didn't know that, you create significant... It's not just that all the experience goes to 1 hero. You actually get more experience than if you had another hero and they weren't even there. Fun fact. And look at this. Moon already inevitably preparing for the expansion siege. And triple aviary is the play. Sadly, no tanks. We're not going to see any FOM today, boys.
A player's forces are under
no
attack.
FOM today. I know, I'm sad. You're sad. We're all sad. Could be a steal here if it gets scouted, but not quite. He's going to get his item and get out. Huge fan of knives. And uh-oh, with the pro play here, the staff in with the handoff and a TP. What a play by Sock. Sock's so good at the game, you can actually predict. I did not predict that he would TP there, though. I got to be honest with you. And he might lose both heroes here. Oh, my God. The Zeppelin higher! Last second save. I thought he was going to TP back here. I really did. And now the Shredder. Good God. These players are just on another level, dude. Trying to hire back. The Alchemist. And too much pressure. And there's no mana here. Both players breaking at the same exact time. And he needs to repair to buy some time. This Archmage could get hit. This Archmage could get hit. Okay, he's ready, and now the Hawks have to come in to try and force this back. Level 5 on the Warden. It's a pretty huge play here. One Dryad falls. That's kind of a big deal, honestly, picking up something like that. One Zeppelin in the enemy base, not sure why. He wants to force him back, and now 2 seconds left. This Alchemist is going to come out. Not at the expense of another couple workers, and needs to be careful. Roar being cast, not sure why. He needs the Paladin. Altar gonna go down. Buying himself some more time. Upgrades are pumping now. 1-1 for Sock on the Hawks. Only 1-0 for now on the Dryads. A third lore being added to the mix. Usually you see a wind. Sometimes going Druids of the Talon. Sometimes at least one Hippogriff being added to deal with the peskiness of the Zeppelin. Moon seems to be omnipresent this game. Upgrades for the Hawks is going to complete. He has the fighting army. He needs heal scrolls as well. Moon has one. Sock hath not. And a huge fucking what the fuck. And he has to back out of that. And the next box is going to be pretty ugly if he blinks back in. Archmage almost dying here. Altar in the back. 27 seconds. Archmage needs to be careful. Where's the Zeppelin? And another heal spray also going to need to come in. He's also going to probably need a shop up here. Just now, Barrack's going to go down, but all the mana going to be burnt on these bears, which is kind of a big deal. Paladin coming out shortly. It's a war of attrition. Denies the footman. Probably needs to deny the other. Moon actually getting a ton done here. And now all of a sudden, Sock's Hawks can't fight. He doesn't have the army for it. Oh my god. Has to ring the town bell. Warden out of mana now. Can kill what he wants. Targeting the Warden isn't the play. So many ranged units here. He wants to take out some of the bears. Gets one. Level 4 on the Archmage. Comes back with a regen scroll. Blinks out! So greedy. Had a TP and dies. What was up with the deny?
Under attack.
It was intentional. Level 3 on the Alchemist, and Moon throws what seemed to be an almost GG. Pretty crazy. Ash, awesome. Absolutely, please do. Give me some feedback, too. What do you guys think? Should I become a multi-game streamer? Or should I just stick to Warcraft 3? Oh my god, the blink in from Moon. Keeping Sock always second guessing the ability to push. He needs more heal scrolls. He only has one. He's gonna need 2. Level 6 on the Warden, big deal. Has to use one without even fighting, and now he has to come back to his base. And keep in mind, with no Stormbolt, no slows, it's really hard to catch these pesky Night Elf armies. Moon, even with another Tree of Life moving into position. It's not often on Twisted Meadows you see the Night Elf taking a third expo before the human. That's not how this is supposed to go at all.
A player's forces are under attack. Town is under siege.
The Zeppelin play comes in, saves the Shredder and the workers, and he's going to start whittling down at this castle. Comes in to defend, but it's just a war of attrition. There's only so much healing. I still say he needs to build a vault right here. Warden, Moon's Warden play. Dare I say the best in the world. Kaho can't compete with it. Law Light can't compete with it.
A player's forces
I
are
think
under
Moon's
attack.
the best at it. Kaho, not even close. Right? Life, not even close. But it's a strategy he's been doing for 20 plus years, right? So that's something. Warcraft 4. I don't know if Warcraft 4 will ever happen. And really, Reforged was supposed to be Warcraft 4, right? And they botched it, man. They botched it up. Huge blink in. Even gets a worker for his effort. And if he comes in again, that's going to be a lot of dead workers. Needs to be careful of the Paladin. Has to play him back a little bit. Could get Focus Fire down here. Warden out of mana and with no mana potion. And Salk has decided it's his time to shine. Couple Hawks go down. I think that was 3 deaths. The Paladin behind enemy lines has to get staffed out. Sadly, he's staffed out to the front, which means Salk might be forced to defend him. But Warden with no mana is not the play, so maybe Salk has an opportunity here now. Game 3 is shaping up to be a banger. And Moon even with the 4th expansion going down. I think this tells the tale here. 67 supply to the 64 of Moon. Moon sitting on 2-2 upgrades. 1-1 on the Hawks, not enough. It's just not enough. And this is Moon's game to lose. He hasn't saturated this expo. Not sure why. Maybe he's just too busy owning. And now a simple staff back. He's going to drop an item. He's going to Moon well up. I'd even use a Moonstone right now, right? Screw it. You're on almost 4 base, dude. Salk takes this opportunity to get another kill. I don't think it's enough. Trying to repair his buddy back here. And these are invulnerable. Can't be attacked. And Moon is just containing Salk. This is wild. Wild kind of play here. And he just keeps blinking in. Fan of Knives. Blink in. Fan of Knives. Another Fan of Knives. No heal scroll. Oh my god. Paladin, 19 minutes into the game, hits level 2. Gets a little split off from his own forces there, and another Hawk gonna go down. And the Paladin needs to be careful. He goes Aura because he has to, but both heroes dangerously close to death here. Gets burnt. Actually, that burn was pretty important. He needs another AoE heal here. Imagine a shop in the back. This is what I'm saying. I don't understand. Salk not playing his sharpest game here. Moon on 81 supply. Definitely has this saturated now. Probably needs to Deado a Wisp. The other base is building. He should just pull Wisps either out of his main or here. And look at the amount of units streaming across the map. 78 supply now. Looks like he canceled or lost something. Another bear gonna go down. It's just a little bit of XP going to Salk, but I don't have a lot of faith in Salk this game. I gotta be honest. And it's also interesting the solo Warden play. Usually you'd see a Panda added to the fold at about level 5 because you can't creep anything. And there's lots of creeps on Twisted Meadow. If you think there was a Panda out, he took this, 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 this. He would be level 4. There's enough to get level 5 off creeping alone, but that also ups your amount of multitasking. The one and only Sunshine, peasant in the Hishizzle. Dude, I laughed my ass off at that gif that you sent when Baron was in the chat, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was pretty quality, man. But here we go. Moon gonna blink in aggressively. Wants the triple kill on the Hawks, and he gets it. And I think that's the beginning of the end for our poor human player, man. He has been broke, busted, and can't be trusted the entire game. Confined to his base. the most aggressive Blink-in you've ever seen, and even exhorting more resources, and blinks right back out. And that level 3 Blink, so deadly. Level 7 Warden can do whatever she wants. And Moon has just literally exposed the entire map. He's sitting on 3-3, and I've said this to a bunch of my buddies who play Warcraft 3. Go look at Happy versus Life. Go look at what happens when you actually see 3-3 Bear Dryad. It doesn't matter if it's undead, orc, human. You almost never see it, but when you see 3-3 Bear Dryad, it is one of the strongest things in the game. It is imba. Getting there is the problem, though, right? You gotta get there. Oh, man, definitely easy on the eyes, man, you know? And, Moon's got this game in the bag, dude. Level 8 Warden is gonna be shortly here. One more fan of knives gonna tell the tale, and I don't know, maybe Sock's already thinking about the next game to try and see what he can come up with. And the Archmage is gonna be taken out by a fan. And now the Paladin, and he's just eating his lunch at this point. And the last hero to fall is gonna be that. He finally calls GG. Moon's gonna go up 2-1. And I mean, what can you say? Night Elf Imbo, right? Night Elf Imbo. Sock. I love what you've done with the place. Well, that's going to be it for game number 3. We're going to have to go into game number 4 now, and it's on match point for our boy Moon. Autumn Leaves is going to be the map of choice. Autumn Leaves is a game that Sock is pretty good at. He was for a little while consistently going Firelord second and doing one base high aggression, open base build plays, which, you know, worked versus players like Law Light, etc. I think Moon is in phenomenal form as of late. I really do. But we're going to have to get into it and see what happens. Let's go ahead and go right now. It's going to be Autumn Leaves. Demon Hunter first for Moon, to be expected. Already pulling, preparing to put up the counter expo. Now, he can always opt to not put this up. And it's going to be Archmage first. And look at this. He's going with the greedy fast level 2 play. And I'm not a fan. I got to be honest with you guys. I am not a fan of the Sock level 3 delayed expansion creep route that he's been doing versus Night Elf. Can I say that? And I love my boy Sock, man. I love Sock, you know. Him and I went to the gym, pumped some iron together, right? It was a good time. And dude, hey man, Sock's buff. I don't know if you knew this. He also is like professional breakdancer. I don't know if you know that either. Sock's buff, dude. He's a buff dude. Archmage's gonna come in. He's gonna creep his level 3 creep route. It's 3 farm. There's no 4th farm, which usually you would actually see one. You would see a 4th farm if he was expoing, generally speaking. See, Moon hasn't put down his yet, and he's already teched. Now, he can always opt to just drag this over and drop it if he sees the expo attempt. He sees right here that there is no expo yet, and that he's just heading over. This is a mistake by Sock, also getting burnt super early on. He could have prevented that for sure. And he's going to creep it, but the tech has started. Yeah, and that's to be expected. He just needs to secure these kills, and it's going to be a fast level 3. And he's hanging out to get burnt, and this is not good. I don't understand what's going on here with Sock. He's standing around to get burnt. You need to make it cost him something. Movement, additional health, etc. You can't just let him do it. And him hiring these 2 mercs is detrimental. Bizzare and Shadow Priest gonna make sure that the early game is very, very secured. And that's what makes this map, and of all things, Echo Isles, very difficult versus Night Elf, is plays like that right there. Now, you can counter it, but it's very hard because they can pull it at any time, and it takes dedication of a footman, which every little bit matters. Sock gonna run this back route here to check. And if he sees this, it's an instant cancel. He should have seen it. He should have seen it. Can I just pause this and see real quick? Sock did not see that, and I call BS. I think that's terrible that he didn't see that. I don't know how an Archmage is standing here and you can't see that. But, nonetheless, the assault has begun, and now tons of wisps coming out on the field. He could even Deado if he wants to. He's trying to go for these archers. Great micro by Moon here. More wisp. Pulled it! He pulls off a double water elemental Deado. And now he sees that pesky Huntress Hall, but it's too little too late. Needs to put down attacks on the Shadow Priest. He's not going to get it. And the Bizzare coming in is going to pro block for him as well. 1 footman comes down here. He stops. Archmage has dust, so he could run down and finish it off. Oh my god. He was a god. If he pulled that off, he's an absolute god. And the Bizzare doing so much damage, man. Double lore, not a threat in the world, and he still can't seem to kill this pesky archer, and he picks it up. Somehow pulls it off. And Sock gonna rely on double Arcane Sanctum versus Night Elf. This is something we haven't seen in like 15 years. And there's a reason that usually this doesn't work, and it's because you don't have damage. That's usually why. Needs to hand off the circlet and the other gloves to the Fire Lord, for sure. Demon coming up, healthy level 3.3. And even gets another burn off.
A player's forces are under attack.
Do. Biding time, biding time. Naga's creeping up in the background. Put down the soul burn. Soul burn does about as much damage as a coil. And you don't want to be here, Sock. You do not want to be here. Demon even finding his way into the foreground, and Sock gets out, needs to run away, desperately trying for that Shadow Priest in the background, still doesn't get it. Defend comes out. Defend is the play when you're on double Sanctum. Only 36 supply for Moon, 35 for Sock. As they both start ramping up into their mid-game armies, that supply is going to start slowly but surely rising to 50 on one base. Ancient of War going to go down is actually a pretty impressive pickup. In the heat of it all, needs to be careful of that Archmage going down as well. Gonna secure that Footman kill. And he's even gonna get a second one here. Sword coming in, has enough for 1 slow. The Dryads are ready with the Dispel as well. Abolish Magic, always, it's one wave of Dryads, then usually Abolish Magic out of 1. And a Dryad out of the other, but instead, Moon... Oh, I see why. Because he wants to be done with this and train 1 more Dryad so that he can get into the Mastery as soon as possible. And this Fire Lord, he needs levels. He needs level 2 for sure. Ankh of Reincarnation. Blacksmith. Naga comes out. I thought maybe Naga might push the issue for the Jack here. But this is the problem. I like the Berserker hire, but, yeah, you just don't have damage. So he's just now adding rifles, and I don't know, maybe Sock is taking this opportunity to just experiment here. And this might be game losing. He's gonna lose the Priest instantly. The Berserker also gonna go down. Yep, it is. And this is an absolute nightmare for Sock now. And all he has to do is go a little thicker on the Dryads, and slow doesn't mean anything. Another Sorceress gonna go down. The boys are called. And he's gonna try and push the issue. 1 militia down, 2 militia down. And another reason this strategy doesn't really work anymore is that militia used to be way stronger. And now they just kind of die instantly, and they don't do a whole heck of a lot. There is an Ankh. But now the Fire Lord's gonna go down. And God, it passed off immediately, but now a Mana Burn is gonna kill the Archmage. And that's just gonna be it. And it's just a build order counter there. Moon gonna win the series 3-1 overall. You hate to see it as a human player, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, guys. I didn't write the script. Thank you for tuning in, huh? Hey, we had a good day, man. Got another round out of the Double Crown World Invitational. And now it's going to be some Starbuck Pato, some Focus Moon. There's going to be all kinds of good matches coming up. I am leaving Tuesday. I got to remind you guys because I feel like people were abandoning me out there. But hey, have a happy Saturday. Hope everything goes according to plan. And as you tune into other streams, as you're enjoying your evening, you just remember, okay? You're always welcome to Backseat Game over here in Sunshine's channel. Anytime you want. All right, man. We got one more message from our sponsor, then we're probably going to call it a night. But thanks for tuning in, guys. As always, much love.
Hello, and welcome to the Sunshine Stream. My name is Simon Kagwanjala. I hope that you enjoy yourself. It is well known that Sunshine is a top-tier caster. It is also known that we all love the stream, the jokes, and definitely the content. But the problem is, you don't follow. And that gets me to ask a question. Why are you gay? You don't support? Yes, you are gay. Well, I'll get back to the stream. And I can't believe you are gay. Strange. You are gay.
Guys, thanks again for joining. Peace out. Catch you tomorrow.